Hey, Scott, how
Hey
are you?
Rob, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, man. Thanks for taking the time out. You've always supported us here on Long Island in the past with our Hope Rocks benefits and been a supporter of 94.3 The Shark. So thank you for coming on.
Oh, thank you guys for supporting me all these years. I appreciate it
So this is
very much.
you're welcome, man. This is going to be a pretty big year for you. And it's kind of, I don't want to say it's odd, but it's definitely out of the norm because when somebody comes out with a solo record, they tend to focus on that. You were coming out with your fourth solo record, and then probably one of the biggest reunions of the decade so far is you getting back together with your bandmates in Creed. And all of this happening in 2024. So it's safe to say that you're going to be a pretty busy boy this year.
I'm gonna be a crazy busy boy this year and next year because with how things have panned out and I'll be touring solo tours. I start my first solo tour in March. You can check it out on my website, and then I go right in April to the Creed cruises, and then right back out on solo tour in May, and then get a brief reprieve. I've just got a few solo shows in June, but then I've got to, the Creed rehearsals starting July 17th through the end of the year. So quite a busy year, all good stuff, man. And I think that a high tide raises all ships.
Exactly, exactly.
And so it's good for everybody. And Mark's got some amazing music out there with his Sinatra records, and Little Birdie told me there may be some other stuff, and so I'm excited for everybody involved, and to be able to just be artists and get our music out there because there's never enough music for the fans. There's never too many good songs out there if you're writing them, and so I hope that the fans connect with these songs and they reach a lot of people.
And there is going to be an abundance of music for fans of Scott and for Creed. I mean, your new album, Higher Power, is going to be out on March 15th. When you were working on this record, was there any talks, or did you think or know that you were going to get back together with the guys in Creed, or is this just going to be something that you were like, all right, I'm moving forward, working on my fourth record?
When I started the writing process for the record, there was nothing was going on with Creed. We had talked about there were conversations in late 2020 about maybe doing something in 2021, and we may have talked about it, but I just didn't feel like it felt rushed to me. And as I've said in some other interviews, if there's no flow, it's a no. You know what I mean? If it's
Yeah.
not just kind of naturally rolling out and feels right, then don't do it. I think that's the way to live your life. And so I didn't feel like it was a good time. So I was just head deep and neck deep into making the solo record and planning, what I was going to do when I got done with the solo record, full solo tour and all that comes with, promoting a solo record. Creed wasn't in the equation. And then during the time I was making this record, Creed started just going viral on the internet and on social media platforms, just like crazy. And connected with an entire new generation of fans. So all of a sudden, conversations picked up again. But this time, there was more lead time. And, the conversations that I was having with Mark were all positive and good. And I think we both could clearly tell that we were, in a good place. And it just felt right. And so things then went on to management, and opportunities were being presented, and so we just pulled the trigger on it.
The song Higher Power, which is also the title of the new record, it's done really well for us here. Everybody seems to relate to it. Maybe it's because of the title itself, Higher Power, and after a lot of the stuff that we've all been through over the last few years with COVID and just, the craziness that is going on in the world, it seems just gets crazier and crazier with different climates. Maybe, like I said, Higher Power is just resonating. But what is the song about, and what is it for you now that all of this positivity is, really just coming fast forwarded right at you?
Well, I tell you, the term initially came to me, when I started my journey in trying to get sober and my journey in recovery. And for me, my higher power since day one has always been God. And that's I haven't kept that a secret since 1997.
Mhm.
When I boldly and spoke about it on the first song I released with Creed to the world in my own prison.
Sure.
And but it's taken me a long road and a long journey to really understand the importance of that spiritual relationship in your life and that connection with God and your higher power. Because for me, as long as I stay connected and centered and grounded in my relationship with my higher power, only good things come from that. And when I say good things, that's staying sober, that's showing up and being a good dad, that's showing up and being in the right spot to create and be an artist and make the music that I love. That's being in the right place for positive relationships to develop, for the Creed stuff to happen. And so I think in my life, that song really just defines, my compass and where I have to stay connected to and root myself in order for good things to happen. Because the minute that I fall away from that, it's no secret what happens in my life. And so that's my guidepost. And I think that's the core of this song, is when I'm connected to God, and when that is the centerpiece in my life, that's when I'm truly alive. No matter what I'm going through, I know I can get through it because I'm not alone.
The album will be out March 15th. And like you said, you're going to be a busy boy. And you mentioned a few moments ago that, people sort of rediscovered, if you will, Creed through social media. I'm guessing TikTok, because I know TikTok's a big trend with music. And
Yeah,
the last
yeah,
album
big
came
time.
out 2009. So, if people aren't familiar with Creed, will there be, maybe hint, some new material from the band later in 2024 as well?
Well, we haven't really had any serious discussions or made any commitments. I mean, there's been some offhand comments, that, hey, you never know. But that's all I can really say is I don't really know what's in store. I know that right now we're just focused on the cruises and the Shed tour, but who knows what happens if everything stays as it is with the positivity and the good vibes and everything that's going on with the fans and they're showing the love and their demand of Creed. So the sky's the limit on that.
And you are going to be coming in and around our area here on Long Island. You'll be in Jersey on the PNC Bank Arts Center on August 7th. And, the cool thing is the Higher Power Tour, like you said, your solo gig kicks off in Florida on March 10th. And I don't know how much of a big music buff you are, but the last stop, it looks like for now, in the spring/early winter or late winter, Clear Lake, Iowa, the Surf Ballroom. This year, February 3rd, 65 years since the day the music died. That was the last time that, Buddy Holly and Richie Valens and the Big Bopper were on this earth, and the plane took off out of Clear Lake, Iowa. I don't know if you were aware of that or not.
That's crazy. I had no idea.
Yeah, so that's kind of cool. I always wanted to
And
go
so
there. So maybe, who knows, maybe I'll take a ride out to Clear Lake, Iowa and see the show.
I would love to see you, Rob, man. Definitely come on out.
And we'd love to have you do something, on Long Island. Maybe we can work that out. Because like I said, you've been a part of the station for a few years now with myself and my morning show host, Orlando. You've helped us out with our
Yeah, man.
Hope Rocks events. And, we had you down in the Paramount studio a couple of times. So it would be nice to
Yep,
get you
yep.
back on Long Island. And,
Yeah.
like I said, man, the song is great. We anticipate a lot of awesome material for you in terms of Creed and your solo stuff.
I've been so blessed. And so I'm very blessed and grateful.
Congratulations. Our buddy Tyson just sent me the video that you have done for what will be on for Super Bowl Sunday for Paramount Plus. It's definitely interesting. I could say that, or you can just think it's like, Star Trek members Drew Barrymore and Scott and Mark from Creed in the song in the commercial, and one of your songs plays a prominent role in the commercial, which is really awesome.
Yeah, it was a good time. Definitely something that just came out of nowhere. The same way the Rangers situation happened.
Yeah.
And just awesome to be a part of it. And it's pretty funny. And so everyone out there who hasn't seen it, check it out because you'll get a laugh out of it.
Yeah, Paramount Plus actually just put it out on their YouTube channel, so you can check that out. And you can check out Scott on his solo tour, and of course when Creed makes a stop in our area. And I can't thank you enough for again, all of your wonderful contributions with us here on Long Island.
Oh, thank you so much, brother.